Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOC, Shannon Beador blackmail footage coming to reunion. Is the blackmail footage of Shannon Beador coming to the Season 18 RHOC reunion? Alexis Bellino has been talking about what she and John Jansen have on Shannon. Yet they have also noted how damaging it would be if it ever came out. So will Alexis come to the reunion with a smoking gun? Keep reading for more details. When Season 18 of RHOC began, Shannon Beador was coming off of her DUI hit-and-run arrest. More so, she had learned her ex-boyfriend, John Jansen, was dating Alexis Bellino. Alexis had been a show regular from Seasons 5 through 8, and then she exited. It was soon revealed she would be coming back in Season 18 as a friend of, said she was close to Heather Dubrow and Tamra Judge. Furthermore, it would also be an interesting storyline to have her and Shannon attempt to interact. Shannon was soon sued by John for $75,000 for a facelift she underwent. To Shannon, it was a gift, and she maintained that she always paid for everything when they were dating. Therefore, it seemed very fair. Then Alexis opted to tell the ladies that she and John had footage of Shannon drunk and nearly hitting his daughter with her car. John and Alexis were ready to break out this footage if they needed to, though it would ruin Shannon's life. Upon learning about this, Shannon was devastated as she had offered John money, which he refused. So with the reunion on the horizon, will the footage make an appearance? According to Page 6, Alexis will be bringing receipts, but that does not include any video of Shannon Beador. She opened up on virtual reality about what her plan is. I know people make fun of it, but I'm telling you now, if you're going up against lying and the truth, you better have the receipts. My future husband is the one that's being massacred, and it's not true, so I'm not going to drop it. I'm going to show the truth and tell the truth. Alexis has defended her Johnny J. since she first returned to RHOC and has been relentless. More so, she will not back down or let anyone speak ill of her now fans. The two became engaged after dating for 9 months. Alexis Bellino alleges she regrets ever bringing up the footage of Shannon Beador, especially on camera. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to blurt that out. That night that I did mention the videos, it was late. We'd been filming all day long. I was tired in his name, and her name just kept coming up. However, there are apparently a lot of videos, and they could destroy Shannon. Yet, Alexis does state that she had grown tired of everyone fiercely being on Shannon's side. I was fed up and I was like, everybody's in support of Shannon. I'm like, do I need to just show the videos? Someone needs to take accountability here, and somebody needs to get off my back. Viewers are not happy with Alexis being on the show, and they are even less than thrilled to have John Jansen there as well. Fans wish they would go away and not come back. More so, they do not want them pushed on them anymore. I never want to see this woman or her deadbeat fiancé again. Like ever, stop forcing them on us. We've had enough. Andy, please listen to the viewers. We don't want Alexis or Tamra on our screens anymore. Please make her go away and take Johnny J with her. Shannon Beador had never imagined the darkest moment of her life would be captured on film. But as rumors swirled that the footage was about to resurface, she felt her heart pound in her chest. The speculation was too wild, too outrageous to be true, or so she hoped. Yet the anticipation of the upcoming Real Housewives of Orange County reunion threatened to expose her most guarded secret. It wasn't just another reunion special this time. Bravo had a knack for creating explosive TV moments, but Shannon knew that this one would be different. As she sat in her perfectly styled Newport Beach home, surrounded by her usual comforts, candles flickering, wine glass half empty, She couldn't shake the sense of impending doom. The reunion was days away, and Shannon's anxiety was through the roof. She had always been vocal, always in the center of drama, but this was a whole new level of vulnerability. Someone had threatened her. Not with words or accusations, but with something far worse: blackmail footage. The group chat between the housewives had been buzzing nonstop since a mysterious text went out. No one knew who had sent it, but the message was clear: wait until the reunion. Shannon's secrets will be exposed, and the footage will shock you all. Everyone in the cast, from Heather to Emily, was on edge, but no one more than Shannon. She had long buried that particular chapter of her life, one that had been too personal and too painful to air out in the public eye. The footage in question allegedly captured Shannon in a moment of complete despair during a particularly ugly fight with her ex, John. It had been filmed without her knowledge, and while she had suspicions about who might be behind the camera, she had no proof, just a nagging feeling that the walls were closing in. The night it had happened still haunted her. Voices raised, tears falling, words she wished she could take back. In that moment, she had been more vulnerable than she'd ever shown on the show. She had been broken. But someone had seen her crack, and now that someone was threatening to use it against her. The timing couldn't be worse. Shannon had spent months trying to rebuild her life, focusing on herself, her sobriety, and her relationships with her children. After years of being the target of tabloid gossip and cast feuds, she had finally started to find some peace. Yet with the reunion looming, it felt like all her progress was about to be undone. The call from her lawyer earlier that morning confirmed her fears. Whoever held the footage had no intention of keeping it under wraps any longer. They had gone to Bravo, offering it up as reunion gold, and the network was all too happy to oblige. The producers had called her shortly after, giving her a chance to get ahead of it. They had tried to sugarcoat it as much as possible, but Shannon knew what it really meant. They were going to air the footage. They wanted her to react on camera, to create the kind of drama that boosted ratings. Her mind raced as she considered her options. Could she stop it? Could she turn the tables? Part of her wanted to walk into that reunion and tear the whole place apart, confronting whoever was behind this head-on. But there was a more dangerous part of her that wanted to run, just disappear before anyone had the chance to see her like that. Vulnerability was never something Shannon handled well. She poured herself another glass of wine, even though she knew she shouldn't. She had tried to cut back, knowing the toll it took on her both physically and mentally, but tonight was different. Tonight, she needed something to calm her nerves, something to drown out the noise in her head. She could already picture the reunion, Andy Cohen sitting in his tailored suit, pressing her for answers. The other housewives sitting on their couches with a mix of shock and barely concealed glee. She could almost hear Heather's condescending voice now. "I told you, Shannon. The truth always comes out." Shannon wasn't stupid. She knew the reunion would become a battleground, and this footage would be the bombshell that set everything off. The tension between her and Heather had been building all season, and now it would reach a breaking point. Heather, with her pristine image and perfect life, would jump at the chance to knock Shannon down a peg. And the others? They'd follow suit. Emily and Gina had always been wary of her, and they'd likely relish the drama, especially if it meant taking Shannon down a notch. As the night wore on, Shannon found herself scrolling through old texts, old photos, searching for some clue, some hint as to who might have betrayed her. Could it have been one of the other housewives? She wouldn't put it past them. But no, it had to be someone closer. John. She shuddered at the thought. Their breakup had been painful, but would he really sink this low? The next morning, Shannon woke up to a barrage of messages. The trailer for the reunion had dropped, and it was worse than she'd imagined. The final shot teased the footage, grainy, shaky, but unmistakably her. Her face, twisted with rage and sorrow, flashed on the screen for just a second, followed by the ominous tagline, "Everything you thought you knew about Shannon. Think again." Her phone buzzed again. It was a text from Heather. "Saw the trailer. Looks like you've got some explaining to do." Shannon stared at the screen, her pulse quickening. She had no choice now. The reunion was coming, and with it, the truth. There was no running from it. The only question left was how she would face it. As she got ready for the day, Shannon knew one thing for certain. This reunion would either break her or make her stronger. And if there was one thing she had learned after all these years on The Real Housewives, it was how to survive. But this time, survival meant more than just showing up. It meant fighting back. The footage might expose her darkest moment, but Shannon wasn't about to let it define her. She had been through worse.